Most students hope to achieve straight A's, and some spend 5 hours a day studying yet still fail. You might be surprised to find out that the best students don't spend many hours each day studying. They simply have strong control over their life and know how to game the school system. Having your life in check, getting good sleep, having healthy relationships with your family and friends, not wasting time on useless things, and eating healthy are a good sign of someone who will do well in school, as long as they care about it, which you probably do if you're watching this video. Obviously, you can't improve these things overnight, but you can think of the control you have over your life as your base ability to perform well in school, and your effort in knowing how to game the school system as simply ways to amplify those base abilities. The wonderful thing about making purposeful and efficient use of time to improve your grades, which this video will focus on, is that you naturally start to learn how to raise that baseline and positively impact all other facets of your life. You can split controlling your time into two skills. The first is allocating your time and basically creating a schedule where you have enough time to get work done. And the second is to effectively utilize the time that you made for yourself by being fully present and entering the state of deep work. Try not to make excuses like I don't have the time to get good grades. While everyone's circumstances are different, you have control over all of your time. If you think you don't have enough time for something, you probably don't care about it enough to make time for it over other things. Make a repeating calendar for your week based off of a perfect productive day, where you write down all of your daily tasks and allocate time blocks for studying and working and other things like exercise. Ideally, you have almost all hours of the day mapped out and don't have to waste energy deciding what to do. You simply have to follow your calendar. Obviously, stay very flexible if something doesn't follow the calendar perfectly. Also, I recommend leaving time for relaxing or doing whatever you want in your schedule. On top of making a calendar, or even instead of it if it's not your jam, make a to-do list on your phone or paper with all the tasks and objectives you want to get done the next day. You can make each task as broad or as narrow as you want, depending on how adaptable you want it to be. Also, set one task as your daily highlight with a star or some other symbol, and focus on that one task first. If you set a daily highlight, you will most likely get that one important task done and have at least some feeling of accomplishment at the end of the day. Try and spend less time on unproductive activities, or at least push them to after you get your work done. While it's important to enjoy yourself, if you decide to pop open TikTok right before working, even if you tell yourself it will just be for a few minutes, you can easily be sucked in and spend an hour mindlessly watching them. And before you know it, all the time you had to work on homework disappears. This really just ties into the calendar, where if you follow it correctly and still leave time at the end of the day for relaxing, you can still get enjoyment while effectively getting your schoolwork done. Effective and deep use of time is the other half of the equation for getting work done. Utilization times time equals productivity. Before working, set a timer for the amount of time you plan to work for. 90-minute blocks are optimal, but as short as 15 minutes can work. Your work will expand to fill your time, so make sure not to give yourself too much time to complete the task, like saying, I have all day to finish this worksheet. Try something like, I should finish my worksheet, review my textbook chapters, and quiz myself with flashcards in these 90 minutes. And if combined with an actual timer, the pressure will make you work much more efficiently to get everything done. It will also make it harder for you to slack off and quit before hitting those 90 minutes. Using this and other efficient work tips, you can get more done in 90 minutes than most do in an entire day. Place your phone and other distractions on silent mode and remove them from your sight. I work from my room, so I always start study sessions by flinging my phone across my room and onto my bed. I wouldn't particularly recommend this unless you have good aim and don't occasionally mind trying to figure out where your phone disappears to, but it is an easy solution. On days you can't find any motivation to work, let alone get a flow state, I would recommend starting by giving yourself a very small, bite-sized 2-minute task to get done. Afterwards, you'll most likely find you want to keep going and you might want to slide into a deep work state. If you don't, that's fine. Creating a strong studying habit won't happen overnight, and even if it doesn't feel productive, if you can just try to study for 2 minutes every day, you'll plant the seeds that will eventually sprout into that strong studying habit. Study efficiently with techniques like active recall, where you don't just learn passively by reading or watching videos, but challenge your knowledge with flashcards, practice quizzes, or just seeing if you remember bits of knowledge. Thanks for watching this video. Subscribe subscribe if you enjoyed it, and leave a comment if you have any suggestions. Know that this video is just the surface of trying to improve your grades. It'll take a lot of time and effort to actually master most of these skills, and that's okay. I'll cover them more deeply in some future videos.